Soon after becoming Pope, St. John Paul II proclaimed, "Open wide the doors to Christ. Do not be afraid." Words that reverberated throughout his papacy, and words that we need to hear now. They point us to what St. Paul wants the Galatians and us to understand. This letter of St. Paul to the Galatians that we're hearing today, as we've been hearing for the last few days, is really St. Paul's great manifesto about living the freedom of Christ. Living what he calls life in the Spirit. Life in the Spirit. This chapter 5 that we're hearing from today begins, "For freedom you have been set free." Free from sin. Free from the condemnation of the Mosaic law. Even free from fear. Free to love as Christ loves. He tells us what this life of the Spirit looks like. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, gentleness, self-control. Oh, how wonderful it would be to be able to live like this even in a pandemic. Now, how do we do that? St. Paul is certainly talking about a life of grace. Grace, a gift of God. But how do we receive this grace and make it our own? Well, soon after becoming Pope, St. John Paul II also proclaimed, "The Rosary is my favorite prayer." He did so because when he was coming to manhood in Poland during the great suffering of World War II, and then the communist persecution that he suffered, the Rosary was the way that Our Lady led him deeper and deeper into this life of grace, this path of conversion to life in the Spirit. He knew the Rosary's true power then. Most people, even many who pray the Rosary often, see the Rosary, shall we say, simply as a prayer to ask Mother Mary's help for people we love. And indeed, it is that. It is. But it is so much more. The power of the Rosary lies in the meditation on the mysteries, those events of Christ's life that we repeat and we ponder in our hearts as we pray the Rosary. Mother Mary, who's the one who teaches us how to ponder. And so she's giving and teaching us Christ. She's helping us to open ourselves to the power of Christ that can change and transform us. So, if you and your family don't pray the Rosary yet, start now. Start now during this pandemic. Start small. It's a school of prayer. You gradually learn to pray with it, but just start now during the pandemic. You may start praying like scared children, but the prayer of the Rosary is meant to open the doors of our hearts to Christ, to grow more and more into freedom, into life in the Spirit, to become, with Mary's help, as she is. She's like Christ. She wants us to be Christ-like. So, with the strength and the grace of Christ within us, even a pandemic, illness, whatever challenge may come our way, will come to be more and more an opportunity to unite all of our lives, and particularly all of our sufferings, with the suffering of Christ, and share in His work of saving and transforming this world, and of helping others to open wide the door to Christ and to trust in Him.